So Crisis on Infinite Earths, man. Wow, this is crazy. I've been telling people because most people in my life don't watch these shows. So I'm I want to talk about them. I'm excited, and I'm like, all right. I try to explain to them, look, this is basically the Infinity War and Endgame of DC television. Put it that way, and it basically is kind of.
No, I agree.
It's
totally
the biggest event in
totally.
the CW, maybe in comic book television history.
It totally is.
Yeah, I mean, nothing's come close.
100%. Yeah, I'm unfortunately because of all the news that came out this week, we only have so much time to talk about it, but we'll do a full spoiler review after the 2 episodes.
Yeah,
we're gonna dive into it probably for
But have you been enjoying it so far?
Yeah, I think that there's pieces that I don't like.
Of course, yeah, me too.
I think there's certain execution pieces that just don't stand with me. I think that that there's so much going on that it's hard for them to stay on the same storyline.
Well, it kind of happens every crossover.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I still stand by the fact that I have no idea why Iris is involved in this.
Oh my goodness! All right,
idea why she
2 months ago we started talking about this, how we hate how she gets involved in the action scenes.
It's like the Lois Lane thing in Batman v Superman. Mm-hmm. It's exactly like that. Now I get it. Now they have a little bit of a cop out here because spoilers for Crisis. Flash is the paragon of love, and so she plays into that.
Yeah,
and so it's a little bit of well, this is what the story is. He's the paragon of love. Okay, I get that. Why is she involved in everything?
Exactly.
She's literally, she says the last line to the Anti-Monitor, wherever they are, they're gonna get you. Why is she the one saying that? Why? There's literally Superman is next to her. You have Diggle. You have Pariah. I mean, you have all these. You have Elongate Man. Why is she the one
after
doing
she
it?
said that, a couple other of them had some follow-up lines to it, but that was the big line.
Still don't get it, man.
Dude, I know they push Iris so hard in this universe.
Oh my god! And that scene where Barry's talking about how right before Flash from Earth 90 dies, and they're having that scene together, we're this might be it. This is the moment. I didn't buy her crying all this lovey-dovey stuff at all. I'm just so over her. I just want her out, gone.
Yeah.
I know it's bad for me to say, but I just don't. I don't.
No, that's
care
your
about
opinion.
It. I just don't care about it anymore.
And I don't know if you saw last week, watched it, but Flash this season is terrible. Yeah. It's absolutely terrible, and she's not helping with that at all. And it just sucks because they're forcing her into these plot lines. They're forcing her, and if they did it naturally and it flowed well and it worked, I wouldn't be complaining. But they're totally shoving her down your throat, and
she's not supposed to be the team lead. Flash is taking a back seat. He's supposed to be the team guy, the team leader. He's literally, they're saying, okay, do this, and he's okay.
Yeah. He's always off doing something, and she's there telling everybody what to do.
She should not be the team lead. She's a reporter. She's a reporter.
The Anti-Monitor chose her to that she has a role to play in this, and she has to go find Superman.
So stupid.
What?
So stupid.
No. Anyways, I enjoy it. There's some really cool things. I love the Batgirl and Supergirl stuff.
Yes.
Love it so much.
So I know that it probably won't happen, and they're gonna rewrite everything like they did in Infinity War with bringing the Earths back.
Oh, absolutely.
But I really wish that they would have the balls to essentially, after this crossover, there is no Supergirl and Batwoman. It's World's Finest, and it's Supergirl and Batwoman. I wish they would have the balls to do that. Yeah, I really do.
I think we're gonna see them together a lot 100%. More. They're not gonna.
Well, they're on different Earths.
No, I know.
So that we'll see.
Still, I do think we will. I mean, we've seen characters on the Flash show where characters from Earth 1 or Earth 2 are they're in the whole season. You know what I'm saying? So they can figure out a way. They are 100% gonna do a Batgirl versus Supergirl.
Their dynamic is so cool.
Storyline. They're gonna do
their dynamic,
and that's the
so
whole
cool.
point why she has the kryptonite and everything. They're going.
Their dynamic is awesome.
There's gonna be a reason why Batwoman has to go try to take out Supergirl.
I agree with you. I think that Ruby Rose plays really well with Melissa Benoist.
Yeah,
really well.
They do. Yeah.
I love all of the cameos that are happening. It's overflow sometimes. You're trying to look everywhere that's going on, and you're trying to find out where the cameos are.
We're gonna do. I don't want to spoil too much, but we're gonna do a full-fledged spoiler review.
Yes, we are.
My prediction was correct.
Both of our predictions were correct. We talked about it after the second episode.
Before, like, I've been saying he was going to show up, but then the reason why he shows up, we were both correct.
It totally makes sense. Totally makes sense.
Absolutely. And, dude, you should have seen me in that moment. I lost my mind. Well, very cool. Well, another interesting cameo that happened in that scene when they show the logos like Earth and it's counting down and it says 99 or 666. So when it says that in the corner, it says Watchmen. So people are thinking that Watchmen on HBO operates on his Earth. Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It says Watchmen in the bottom right corner. Underneath Earth 666.
Does it really?
Yeah. So people are thinking that the Damon Lindelof show that's going on right now might operate on his Earth.
Interesting.
So
that
who knows?
Cool.
I mean, it'll never come to pass, obviously, but very cool. My
like an Easter egg, yeah.
That's your Easter egg. That's your cameo. My cameo, Smallville.
Yeah.
Tug the heartstrings. I know that it wasn't much, but like I told you,
I don't watch Smallville. I never watched Smallville. So
exactly like I told you, it's exactly what would have happened 10 years after the show went off. It's the story. That is exactly what that Clark Kent would have done 10 years after the show went off the air, or 8 years or whatever it was.
So when the show ends, I'm just gonna say it's kind of a spoiler in a way. Does he give up his powers?
No, the final shot of the series is him opening a shirt to go save something at Metropolis.
Okay.
So he's in Metropolis. Him and Lois Lane are together. They work with the Daily.
So in the show, they never call him Superman. Is that correct?
No.
But then,
yes and no. I don't want to. Yes and no. Kind of sort of. Yes.
So I heard that though in the show they never actually call him.
There's
Superman.
For a long time they don't. But yes and no.
Okay,
yes
so then the scene opens up with like articles. They're panning by and it's like Superman saves the day on all these things. So he eventually like took on the whole Superman,
which is what the final shot of the entire series implied. Yeah. So the final time that we see them, Clark and Lois, there's a flash forward to a few years or something. They are the Superman and Lois that we know. Reporters, that together, that type of stuff, like Christopher Reeves type of person.
I was just expecting him to play a bigger.
So
role,
I wanted to see him in a suit.
Yeah,
just as a Smallville fan, I wanted to see him in a suit.
It's all right. It's all right. But I'm curious. We haven't really talked about this. Do you like John Cryer as Lex Luthor?
There are moments I like him.
Absolutely. I actually like I don't love him, but like for what it, because when they first cast him, I was like, what? That's weird. And then for not expecting to like it, I like it.
I don't know how I feel about him, what he did.
Oh no, I didn't like that. But just overall, even if they never did that at the end, just his overall, the way he plays the character, I think it's fun.
I get that they're doing like a villain's got to save the world type of thing, but I don't know how. I gotta see how it plays out to see how it.
Yeah, we'll see. And it sucks because what it takes away.
Yes,
you know what I mean,
dude. Who he takes away from, awesome.
It's crazy because we never. This is bigger. We never. It's a theatrical movie. Superman is in this TV world now. Like that's crazy.
Well, and he canonized Christopher Reeve Superman.
That's true. So that technically,
because he goes. Well, this is the second time I fought myself.
Oh yeah,
and that's from Superman 4 or whatever it is.
So when Bryan Singer made that Superman, he said it's a direct sequel to Superman 2.
Yes.
So technically, that's Christopher Reeve Superman,
100%.
which is crazy.
Yeah.
I think that's so cool. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. Like you go into these, you're not expecting much. Like it's just cheesy fun, right? But we care about these shows, so I'm having a good time. Last thing. How did you feel? You never watched Black Lightning. How did you feel about his character?
I think he's awesome. It's funny. I actually thought about it afterwards. I'm like, I don't have to binge the series,
dude. He's one of my favorite characters in the Arrowverse.
I wish he had more to do. Yeah, but he's not a Paragon.
Exactly.
He's not a Paragon.
Exactly. And dude, because I do watch the show, so when he first shows up and he finds out that his Earth is gone, it was heartbreaking, man.
Yeah, 100%. So I will say one final thing before we move on. Oliver is going to be 8th Paragon, and he's now has superpowers because he's Spectre. Saying it right now.
Interesting. So, is there an 8th Paragon though?
As of right now, no.
Well, in the trailer, he's like, "There's only 8 of us." So,
oh, does it say that?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I didn't watch any trailers.
Oh, he's like, "It's the 8 of us," and then
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, so I was at the Smowdown last weekend, and we'll talk about it at a later date or whatever. But I talked to Coy Jandrew for like 10
Okay.
And the day before, or 2 days beforehand, he had Stephen Amell and Robbie Amell in there for their movie Code 8. He had an interview with them. And Stephen Amell told him, he said, yeah, I had this really grueling 20-minute fight scene for episode. That's the last episode of the crossover. So I'm thinking he's the 8th Paragon and he's back in the fold kicking ass. And
then didn't he tweet something like all the
yeah, I showed you. He said that it's the most epic fight scene in the history of the Arrowverse or whatever.
I hope they're not fighting like creatures. I don't know what they're gonna fight, but
I hope it's not those ghost creatures.
Yeah, exactly.
The fight scene was cool, but I hope it's not the ghost creatures.
Yeah, because we already saw it.
That's easy to do.
And by the way, I mean, so that's the first episode, right? When he fights those ghost creatures. Like, what he did was epic at that moment because he saved 1 billion people.
He saved an entire world, essentially.
Yeah, they said
half the world.
So they saved like 3 or 4 billion people.
Half the world.
And because of what he did, he saved 1 billion people. Like that's a big deal. Like,
that's a hero.
That's
a hero, dude.
Yeah, we'll see how it pans out.
We'll get into a full. It's hard to not go into full spoilers.
We kind of spoiled some things.
We'll get into a complete. We'll probably take an hour-long review.
Oh yeah, we'll just do the whole thing. It's kind of like reviewing.
It's going to end so epically, though.
You know?
We might have to do like a watch along the last episode.
Yeah, really cool. I think it would be so cool to like watch the whole thing without any commercial interruptions and just all like the runtime would probably be the length of a long movie, like a 2 hour.
Maybe I find a way to cut it all together.
That would be really cool because I bet you it would flow a lot better that way. Definitely.
Totally.